Katie, before she was diagnosed, she was very fun-loving. She was full of energy. She was always smiling. One night, Katie was getting out of the shower and just as normal, and I just noticed a little lump on the side of her stomach. We panicked. And the next day I rang the GP. The GP couldn't give me an explanation. I had a phone call from Crumlin Hospital, and they said that they seen we had a local address, and they said could we come in the next morning for an ultrasound. And we just went in for an ultrasound as normal. Tom dropped me in.
Yeah, just waiting outside, and
outside,
then within 15 minutes a phone call from Kira, and they'd already kind of said what they thought it could be, and our whole world's changed then within the space of 30 seconds. You know, it was frightening.
Katie was diagnosed with a Wilms tumour. So it was between stage 3 and stage 4. Before they had surgery to remove the kidney, she had to have 4 weeks of chemotherapy beforehand to shrink the tumour on her right kidney. And then they had to go ahead with a surgery. And then after surgery, she had to have 36 weeks of chemo and 8 days of radiotherapy. My most scariest moment was when Katie when she came up from her surgery after her tumour. When I looked at her in the bed and seeing everything that was the wires, her face, she just didn't look like my Katie. Like, I was just so scared of what was going to come. But thank God we got there in the end. She went through a lot in that kind of sense, like with the aftercare of the chemo and the treatment and the medicines that she had to take and to try and make her feel better. She lost a lot of weight and her confidence just went. Like, you know, she wasn't the Katie, our bubbly Katie, although she'd put a smile on and, you know, like you just knew by her. She was, you know, she wasn't herself inside. So it was actually my dad who told us about Barretstown, to see that there was a place that you could go to and, you know, we could avail of it. It was just insane. Like when she got to meet other people who looked a little, you know, similar to her, who had been to hospital, who had gone, you know, through similar, she just loved it, didn't she? She just loved meeting other kids.
That is the moment where she grew some confidence back. So she grew confidence back at the camp. She was interacting with other children. She was having fun, and on the last day when you get your free time and you can go and pick your activities, and she's like, right, I want to do the rock climbing. So then me and Kira was I have never been so proud of Katie climbing up that wall that day, you know, because I generally didn't think she was able and she was strong enough to do it at that moment.
She got to the top of the wall and she looked back and she was, I think in herself, she was like, I actually did it, you know. And we were like, yeah, and I'm like nervous sitting at the end going, yeah. But she did it, and she just, her face was shone, like you could just see she was just so happy.
She had something to speak about that she was proud of.
Yeah, I suppose it's something like with Barretstown, and when she went, it was something that a good memory for her, that even though she was going through this journey at the time, like she can still have fun and she can still make friends. And I suppose when you're going to hospital visits every single week and you're having a sickness, and then there is a little light there where she feels like she can go to camp again, and she could be like a normal child and have fun.
My name is Katie Mooney. I like Barretstown because I like to see loads of people. I just like to go and have fun.